Alright guys, Travis here again. This is going to be kind of a dark video because what I'm doing is I'm actually replacing the dashboard lights. Let's see if we can get it, there it goes, cleared up a little bit. And what I noticed is that my temperature gauge light is having the light burned out. And I put it all back together, and I just left the burnt bulb out. But I put it all back together because I had to drive somewhere, and I figured I would make a video to show you guys. Show you how to take it out. Now, all the screws that I have, or that are supposed to be in the holes, are actually already out, but I will point them out and let you guys know. So let's get started. First thing is the steering wheel. You have your little lever right here. What you want to do is you actually just want to bring the steering wheel all the way down, because there's a plastic piece that is going to come out. That's a lot easier to come out when that steering wheel's down. So just push down on it. Just like that. Now it's in the down position right there. And we're just going to pull it down. And it's very easy. It sounded kind of clunky there. It's really not, I promise. Alright, so literally, like, the next thing you're going to do is there is a screw hole there and a screw hole there. And that is all that holds this plastic piece in front of the gauge in place. And those are Phillips head screws. So, obviously, Phillips head screwdriver. And they're regular size. They're nothing really that small or that big. So, just normal is good. Alright. And then, once that's done, you're actually going to just pull out on that metal piece. I'm actually going to stick the flashlight in my mouth to hold it in place. There we go. Alright, and with a little bit of tugging, it just kind of pops out of the little fasteners. And then you're just going to pull it out in a very awkward manner to, well, here. Yeah, maybe this wasn't such a great idea, doing this in the dark. Well, that kind of helps a little bit. Alright, so you're literally just going to grab a hold of this. I usually try to get it by the screw hole here. Makes it a little bit easier, and then you can just like pull it the rest of the way out. Just make sure it comes loose everywhere it needs to. Make sure steering wheel is down, and then you're just gonna kind of pull forward on it. Comes out kind of like that. You do have to jiggle it around just a little bit. It's not too hard, but it might feel like you're gonna break it, and you're not going to. It's pretty sturdy. And the clips that it clips into, there's one there. There's one there. Actually, let me point exactly to what I'm looking at. This guy right here. Okay. Now, this gets you to your cluster here. And what you have are, you see those two holes right there? Like I said, I already took the screws out of them. There are two more Phillips head screws right there. Same size and everything, so no worries. And then also one down there. And one down there. Alright, and then you just unscrew those. And that gets your... I had this right. I had this a good way before. There we go. And then that now allows you to pull this out. Now, on the back side of this cluster, there are actually going to be 4 connectors that you have to take out, and their approximate location is here, here, down here, and then there's like another piece that sticks out right about here. This is kind of a smaller connector, and I'm going to see if I can turn this in such a way to where you can see. Oh yeah, there we go. That's actually probably perfect. Let's see, we got, alright, so this one here, I've noticed when trying to get this connector out, there's actually like one of the bulbs right that sits right here. It's easier to take this out before you try to take out the connector. And the way you take this out is you just twist it, and then it literally just comes right out. Now this looks blue, but it's actually got like a little protective case or thing over it. I don't know if we can tell here. Kind of. Yeah, a little bit. Right there, you can see the difference. But anyway, yeah, I moved this one out of the way because it kind of gets in the way when you try to pinch the connector. So we'll just set that one aside, and you have a clip that you need to squeeze in. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but it's right there. And there's one also in the same spot on the other side. Squeeze and pull, and that's it. And it kind of looks like that. So, and as you can tell on the circuit board, though, you have certain weld spots all the way around and certain grounds, and you have the connections that actually run all the way around, all the way around the circuit board, going to different things. There are actually metal pieces. Like on the thing I took out. Here, let's see if I can get it in focus here a little bit. You can see like the 2 metal tips on the end there, and those actually connect to these other metal pieces around the hole right here. And that is what gives it the power to actually turn the light on. And it comes from the power source here. For the clip. Okay. Also, while I have this open, this is kind of going to be kind of a 2-part video. Well, not a 2-part video, but like I'm going to cover 2 different things. I'm going to be changing out the lights, but now that I have this out, it's going to be really easy to let you guys know about something else that may be going kind of awry in your cluster here. This guy right here, this is your speedometer, the back of it, and several months ago, my speedometer would kind of fluctuate going back and forth, and then it eventually got to the point where it didn't work at all. And what I noticed, I took it off, I cleaned all the connections, like to the clips here and that kind of thing, and I was looking online and people were saying, oh, you need a new instrument cluster, all this stuff. Well, nothing seemed to work. I didn't end up buying a cluster, but what I noticed was I checked these screws because I noticed that the connection points were moving to each one of the 4 screws. So essentially what I did is I just tightened these screws and it fixed my whole problem. So if you guys are having that issue, I would highly suggest that you actually try to do this first. Simply because, that's less money that you have to spend. So, this is actually probably going to have to be a 2-part video. It looks like I'm running out of time. I'm using my phone. It only gives me a certain amount of time. So it's going to be a 2-part video. But let's try to get through as much as possible before it shuts off on me. This right here is another one of those connections. You want to make sure you remember where these go. I've actually taken this out a few times, so I remember exactly where these go. And once again, nothing in your way this time. You can actually see the clip a little bit better on this one. There's one right there, one right there. Take it off. Another one back over. Well, let's see if I can. It's right here. Okay, so let me see if I can get in there. Nah. All right. Well, I have to. It's kind of a bad angle here, so let me. Oh, that helped. Okay. Alright, so there we go. Got that one. This is the little guy I was talking about. This one has a clip right here on the end. You just clip that in and pull it out. And after those 4 clips are done, this instrument gauge, well, cluster, I guess, if you want to call it that, just pulls right out. And there we have it. It is out, and part 2 will actually be the replacing of the lights. So I will see you guys in the second video. All right.